At Dover, sparks flew and emotions ran high as a collision between NASCAR drivers turned into a heated exchange. The seasoned racing analyst, Larry McReynolds, was furious when Ross Chastain's irresponsible move left Kyle Larson and Brennan Poole with a broken car. Was Chastain truly to blame? So, NASCAR fans, join us on NASCAR Zone as we look at the events leading up to the race and the heated rivalry that has developed between these drivers. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Ross Chastain, who drives for Trackhouse Racing and competed in the NASCAR Cup Series this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway, was unmistakably Ross Chastain the whole time. The start of the Worth 400, which was originally scheduled to take place on Sunday, but was eventually moved to Monday owing to inclement weather, saw the driver of the number 1 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 cause chaos. Because of how quick his race car was the man from Alva, Florida was able to compete at the front of the field for the whole 400-mile race. Chastain was spotted colliding with the number 15 Ford Mustang piloted by Brennan Poole during the first stage of the event. With lap traffic ahead of the pair of racers, Ross Chastain was spotted pushing into Poole in an effort to clear the track of vehicles as rapidly as possible, which caused the Rick Ware Racing driver to spin out of control. Kyle Larson, who was behind the two, ran into the number 15 Ford as it was spinning, knocking Poole out of the race. The driver of the number 5 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 also sustained damage, which dropped him to position 32 and put him several laps behind the race's front runners. Larson complained about Chastain's needless aggression early in the race, which he said slowed him down and caused him to finish in the same position as before.
It seemed like Ross just kind of got in a hurry there, I'm guessing, and I don't know if he was frustrated with the 15 or just got in a hurry and made a mistake, but crashed him before we ever got to the corner, and I was committed to the top, and he slid up, so nowhere for me to go. But hopefully, I just hope our luck turns around soon. I mean, we have the fastest car every damn weekend, and doesn't seem to work out. I would understand, third stage or something, but that was middle of the first stage, and to make an error like that, and his errors never affect him negatively.
After the race, something shocking happened when Larry McReynolds dropped a bombshell on Ross Chastain.
Lap 80, just way too early. And I have defended Ross a lot, and I felt confident. I wasn't just doing it because I wanted to defend him. I felt confident. Everybody wanted to beat him up after Talladega. We came in here and did next level, and there was a hole big enough to drive the Queen Mary through that he filled up in there, and then they closed the hole. I cannot defend him on that. It was just too early. You're pushing the envelope. And my kids, when they would do something over and over and over, and they would tell me they were sorry they did it, for a while I would take I'm sorry. Eventually I went, you know what? I don't want to hear I'm sorry no more. And Ross has just got to figure this deal out.
In the end, Ross Chastain took the position of runner-up in the race. This was due to the fact that a lapped Kyle Larson made it tough for Chastain to get by Larson and continue his pursuit of Martin Truex Jr., who was in the lead. After the race, the driver for Trackhouse Racing admitted on his in-car radio that he had made an error during the competition, as well as in post-race interviews.
Whoever got in the lead was going to have a good shot at it. Jamie, I first have to say I'm so sorry to Brennan and everybody at Rick Ware's team. I owe a big apology and a bit more. When I get home from Skip Barber tomorrow, I'll head over there and talk to those guys and make some of that right. So, yeah, gosh, so close. Again, for our jockey Chevy, everybody at Trackhouse with Advent Health, Moose Fraternity, Worldwide Express, and it's surreal to continue to do this and race against my heroes. I guess I told them a few too many of my secrets last year after we went fishing.
What are your thoughts on Ross Chastain continuing to make enemies at every speedway? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. Now, let us take a look at Martin Truex's victory. Martin was the first car off pit road during a late caution after his younger brother Ryan Truex won his first Xfinity Series race on Saturday at Dover, thanks to a two-tire stop. He immediately passed Ryan Blaney to seize the lead when the race restarted with 7 circuits remaining. He won his first race of the 2023 season by 0.505 seconds over Ross Chastain, who had to stop for 4 tires on his final pit stop. Truex's 32nd career victory stops his streak of 54 races without a win in points-paying events that began in the 2021 season. Truex did win the Busch Clash practice race at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum prior to the start of the season this year. Truex has now won 4 times at Dover, which he considers his home track because he and Ryan are both from nearby Marietta, New Jersey. According to Truex, it feels incredible.
And it feels incredible. You know, it's felt like we've been close a bunch of times, and we gave some away, that's for sure. Thought today, you know, oh man, a late caution, what's going to happen here? But just a great call by James to take 2, and then was able to get a pretty good restart and get Blaney there. He raced me hard, but clean. I'm out of breath of breathing so much Goodyear rubber. But just thanks to everybody that stuck with us, all our fans, Bass Pro Shops, auto owners, racers, Toyota, TRD, everybody that, all my personal sponsors. We knew we could do this. We showed it. We led laps. We dominated races, and it just would never all come together. And I kept saying that we got to just keep doing what we're doing. And
Blaney finished 3rd, William Byron finished 4th, and Denny Hamlin finished 5th. The top 10 were filled out by Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, and Josh Berry, who was filling in for an injured Alex Bowman in his maiden race. Bowman will be out for 3 to 4 races after breaking his backbone in a sprint car crash last week. The cars in the lead all stop after the break between stages 2 and 3, and Byron is the first to depart the pit road. Byron, Chastain, Blaney, and Truex were all behind it on the restart at lap 259. With 114 laps remaining in the race, Chastain drove by Byron in turn 4 by going around the outside of him. Keselowski was among the first drivers to enter the pit lane on lap 326 for a final round of green flag pit stops to replace tires and fuel in order to finish the race. Truex took the lead after the round of pit stops on lap 332, followed by Chastain and Blaney. Truex was fighting hard to keep Chastain from passing him with 25 laps to go, while Blaney was 3rd and Hamlin was 4th. Joey Logano had been having issues throughout the race, and when he crashed on lap 387, it was the 7th time the race was called off. All of the vehicles on the lead lap come to a stop, and Truex is the first to exit the pit lane because he only needs to change 2 tires. The green flag reappeared with 7 circuits remaining in the race. Chastain seized the lead during a series of green flag pit stops and easily defeated Byron to win stage 2. Blaney finished 3rd, Truex finished 4th, and Hamlin finished 5th. Keselowski was penalized for an uncontrolled tire during pit stops on lap 123 and forced to restart at the back of the field. Hamlin was closing in rapidly, but Byron was able to fend him off and win the first stage, his 6th-stage victory of the 2023 season. Blaney finished 3rd, Keselowski 4th, and Chastain 5th. Because qualifying was rained out on Saturday, NASCAR's performance measure put Kyle Busch on the front row. Busch, who was leading the race at the time, was caught speeding during pit stops on lap 23 and forced to restart from the rear. On lap 35, Daniel Suarez was one of 3 drivers involved in a crash. His number 99 Chevrolet suffered extensive damage, forcing him to withdraw from the race. Busch was also harmed as a result of what occurred. Chastain passed Brennan Poole in turn 1 on lap 81. Poole then accelerated up the track and collided with Kyle Larson. Watch the NASCAR Cup drivers race again next weekend at Kansas Speedway next Sunday in the Advent 400. The race will be broadcast live on Fox Sports on May 7, 2023 at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Time. So that is for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell us in the comments what you think about the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.